Welcome in, DNVR Bets Daily. I am not here, joined by Ryan Koenigsberg. He's off playing golf. Hopefully the weather's holding up for him.
Is he playing golf here?
No. In the Springs, and we should mention, for video purposes.
Oh, okay.
This is content creation. This isn't merely an excuse for RK to play golf, though.
I was gonna
maybe AJ, we're onto something.
He may not be playing a lot of golf right now, just given the weather outside.
No, AJ came in and reported to all of us that it is in fact raining outside here in Denver, Colorado.
It was nice. Most of my drive in, it was like the rainstorm had hit the pause button for me, and then as I got closer and needed to get out and walk around, it was like, pause is over. We're gonna rain on you.
It is that kind of day for you where even the rain would pause because they know, like, it's game one. AJ needs to be. We need to kind of cater to our guy.
AJ
here.
is coming. Yeah. Everybody, just chill out.
Get it right, guys. Get it right.
Yeah, it's nice to have that kind of power.
I mean, I should think so. I should hope so. Yeah, big day, AJ. Big day. Has the hype hit you yet? Are we at the stage where you're getting hyped for a trip? And you're in the airport getting hyped yet? Or
nope, not yet.
Are we driving to the airport?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Maybe like, so the way that I pack is I like pre-pack.
Yeah.
I get everything ready to go, but I don't actually throw it into the suitcase until I need to leave.
Oh wow.
I'm at the point now where I'm starting to put stuff into the suitcase and organize it, and play the suitcase Tetris.
Nice.
You try and fit everything in there.
Yeah, that's a good time.
That's emotionally where I am right now. Suitcase Tetris.
You think the excitement will hit about 7:30?
When I get to the arena and I'm up in the press box and they come out for warm-ups, it's gonna be like it will be like I drank 14 Mountain Dews and somebody told me I won the lottery. So It'll be. That's when my hype will be uncontainable.
I'm like excited for you. I'm excited for you. I've been hyped since watching your afternoon morning podcast with the amazing intro that you guys have. Go to DNVR Avalanche and check that out to get yourself hyped. It's been hard to work, frankly, all day. So you have to forgive us. We've already done 10 minutes of not hockey bets. So I'm excited. It's an honor to have our guy on. It always is. And we're going to talk Avs first and foremost, NHL playoffs at large. Secondly, I've even got a couple Rockies bets that I would love for AJ to crap all over. With that in mind,
I like that that's my role. I'm the guy that ruins everybody's fun. I get to be Thanos. I just snap and everything disappears.
Yes. For me, a fun enhancer, but that's neither here nor there. I like that about AJ, but that just speaks to the darkness that I have deep inside and why I have to wear these loud colors. Let's go to my big three first and foremost and warm up with those crappy Rockies bets. Then Ryan has all Avs bets that I'm going to get you to grade on a confidence level. Okay? These are my picks. Look, I don't love the way Nas was playing towards the end of the year there. I don't love how Nas can get himself in trouble in the playoffs from time to time. Yeah?
Yeah.
But I do like how he plays against the St. Louis team and that he's averaged 3.7 shots on goal this year against that team. In a game where it is, frankly, impossible to find reasonable value on anything Avalanche, this is the best bet I could do.
I like it.
Okay.
Kadri has really played well.
Yeah.
In the last couple, I would say the last 5 games or so.
Yes.
He really started to find his game and figure things out.
Yeah.
The one concern I would have is the sudden explosion of confidence from Andrei Burakovsky, where he just thinks he can do everything. If Burakovsky reverts back to his normal behavior, where he's a little more passive and looks for the line mates, Kadri will benefit directly from that. Getting Brandon Saad back will also help on that line.
I wanted to get to that
because that's another guy where he will look to make a play to a guy like Kadri, and Kadri is always looking to shoot. So I like the over 2.5 shots on goal bet. I think that's it's good mining of value, even though it's not going to be a big money bet.
Yeah,
It'll be a good thing that you could probably cash tonight.
Beautiful. There you go. That makes me feel very good about myself. And then, unfortunately, not playing at Coors Field, I love mining a good rainy day at Coors. A good rainy under. Oh, nothing better in life. But Ryan McMahon over a half hit. All I need is one hit, guys. Minus 167. Going against you, Darvish. Only batting .222 against that guy. But Rymac on a streak of 5 hits in his last 6, 8 hits in his last 10. I'm getting this at minus 167. I'm just counting on him getting one today.
I'm not.
There you go.
It's first road game.
Yeah.
Rockies hitters notorious that first game.
It's
After
true.
that, games two or three of a series, whatever. Like the longer a road trip goes on, the more comfortable I get with them.
Yeah. With
but
the bats, right?
That first game, if I could pick them to get 2 hit and shut out every single first game away from Coors Field, I would.
This is a strategy I like to use, the first game away from Coors. I forgot all about it.
Yeah.
Boy, you got me good. And then you'll like this one. First inning under. You've got John Gray and Yu Darvish in that sandbox at San Diego. It's going under. We're not going to see any runs that first inning. Minus 152 lock.
Is Tatis Jr. back?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a big one. That's why we're getting that juice.
I'm comfortable with it.
Tatis was back, yeah, we'd be in trouble. So, and now AJ gets to grade Ryan's big 3 and all Avs big 3. And again, the theme of today, AJ, from the Avs perspective, is finding any sort of reasonable value, man.
Yeah.
Like, frankly, kind of bananas how lopsided the odds are for a team that less than a calendar year ago was our defending Stanley Cup champion.
Yeah, I mean, they won the Stanley Cup in the last normal regular season.
Yes.
The
right.
NHL has had.
Correct, yeah.
And no respect.
None, man.
There's none for them. And I think some of that is the fact that, look, if you look at it, Blues fans are shouting from the rooftops about how much better they played starting on April 1st.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They won 11-7-3.
Yeah, that's not great. That's not. I would
What am I
venture to
missing
say
here?
an Avs team that really didn't care beyond April has a better record.
Yeah. P.S. In that same frame in which they had a COVID break and had nothing to play for, the Avs won 15-6-1.
Yeah, that's mathematics, folks. That's a toughie to argue. And the injuries. I guess that is the thing that listening to you guys this morning, this afternoon, whenever that show was, gave me a little more reassurance on why this isn't just the name value St. Louis Blues.
Yeah, losing, I mean, David Perron's their highest score, their leading guy.
Yeah, right.
That's huge.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Take away any leading scorer on any team, but you especially take it away from a team that has to score by committee.
Yeah.
And you remove that guy, and that's as close as they get to a consistent score. It's a no-go. They just that's a huge loss for them.
And no Tarasenko as well.
Tarasenko is in, but Vince Dunn is not.
Okay.
Look, Tarasenko being in, cool for him. Mm-hmm. But 4 goals in 24 games this year.
He hasn't been himself in a while.
Yeah, the shoulder injuries have really sapped him of a lot of what has made him so scary.
Yeah.
He just hasn't found his way back yet. He may never. Shoulder injuries are notoriously finicky with goal scorers. Yeah. He may never be the same. We might be looking at this diminished version of Vlad Tarasenko may be who he is until he hangs it up.
Well, and that's such a key for me to them.
Yeah.
Kiss of death, of course, me drafting him in my 2019 fantasy league. That's where it all went south for Tarasenko. Let the record show. Let's go to Ryan's big 3.
That's probably my bad.
It is indeed your bad, AJ. You were the man behind the trigger on that one. Yeah, I was merely following orders. So we apologize, Blues fans, on that one. We're back to Kadri. You've spoken on that one. You like the confidence, huh?
Minus 19.
Minus.
Why make that bet?
That would be outstanding value. It is, however, Minus 177. So the juice was in the 195s. Now it's minus 177. And this one's interesting because Mikko, early in the year against the Blues, tons of shots.
Yeah.
I think like 7 and 6.
Yeah.
But then the final 3, I think he had like 3 shots combined.
Yeah, and he did not play their last 2 matchups, which the Blues won. So it's been a while.
Right.
Right. It's just been a while since Mikko's gone up against them. I think that's just a safe bet every game. I'm not messing. Yeah. He generates shots so easily. That line.
Yes, exactly.
Just seems to fall their way into so many shots.
That's supposed to be minus 190. My apologies.
Yeah, the value on that first line, anywhere you can find it under minus 200, you're good.
Yeah.
It was interesting. Even in that Coyotes series last year, Mikko's shots kind of down, Naza's kind of up. And that might be another isolated matchup because that seemed to fall in the regular season as well to some extent with those guys against the Coyotes.
Yeah, against Arizona last year, I don't know. It was just such a thorough beating.
Yeah, right.
It was.
Sure was. That was one of those 5-game series with that. If I told you it was 3, you would have believed.
Yeah, straight up. And when you remember, we look back on it now and it's like, which game did they win? It was the only back-to-back of the series.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I truly cannot remember that one.
Yeah, it was.
I was here for every game.
It was the only game that Pavel Francouz played for them in that series, and it was on a back-to-back. If in a normal playoff year that back-to-back doesn't happen, they don't have, Francouz never plays, and they probably don't win that game.
Yeah, right. Totally. Even the 60-minute line, man, minus 182. It's like
I'm fine with that.
The Avs money line is minus 335.
I think the Avs are going to win comfortably tonight. I feel good about it.
Okay.
So I'm good with that.
There you go, man.
I think it'll be a good game.
Any other leanings you have on this first game tonight? You feeling frisky on an Avs shutout? You feeling frisky on, I don't know, a certain goal scorer? Anything in particular you foresee happening?
I would probably consider some unders on McKinnon. They're going to be doing everything that they can to try and lock him down. He's played 1 game in the last couple of weeks. I'm feeling kind of a sluggish McKinnon start here.
Interesting.
Feeling it out, and of course I'm going to say that, and he's going to have a 3-point first period.
Yeah,
but
sure. No one will fault you for that, by the way.
I do kind of worry a little bit about the combination of the postseason where everything is tailored to specific teams, and McKinnon just not being in a real rhythm right now. Mm-hmm. So I think that I would look for unders on Mac for tonight.
It's a bold, safe play.
Total irrational belief, but I think they get a defenseman goal. One of the things that St. Louis really struggles in defending this year is in transition defense, and Colorado's defensemen are among the most active in the league at jumping into the play and activating as trailers in odd man rushes. And Colorado really, really likes that play.
Yeah,
they've got the 3-on-2, and then instead of making the play between the forwards, they wait for the 4th guy to jump in, that first defenseman. I think that's where I would look for one of those guys to score, Taves, Girard, or Makar. If you gotta pick one of those cats, it's probably Makar and then Taves. Taves had 9 goals in the season, so not to discount that part. Sam Girard, less of a. Girard's the kind of guy that'll jump into the fray and he'll shoot if he absolutely has to.
Yeah, right.
But he'll try and find a guy on the back door for a little easy tap in before he wants to shoot.
Sammy G definitely passed first, but Taves at plus 350 to score a goal feels very intriguing. Makar at plus 280. I mean,
that's
not bad.
I mean, you want to jump in with the Taves on that one then, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to go heavy on it.
If you think it's basically even odds, yeah, absolutely. I mean, Here's the other thing, AJ. Avs to win the series, minus 455.
Yeah.
Like Ryan and I, our spidey senses are tingling here. Like I'm worried. I'm worried.
You're worried about the Blues? I'm worried that people like me, like people in the media, haven't given the Blues enough credit. But then I go and I dig into the Blues and I dig into the numbers and I look at the way that they've played. Even in the cherry picked by their fan base, we only started playing really well right here. They're completely reliant on Jordan Binnington being outstanding.
Right.
And they're completely reliant on scoring on the power play, sometimes multiple times on the power play to win games. And overtime. That's 5v5, where St. Louis has not been very good.
Right.
If games get into overtime between the Avs and the Blues, the Avs, during the regular season, the Avs don't have an advantage on anybody because they're terrible at 3-on-3 for some reason. Yeah. But at 5v5 with officials that don't want to call penalties because it's postseason in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a massive advantage.
Colorado will have a huge leg up on them. So,
as they would against most teams in the league, right? 5v5, they've been incredible this season.
Look, since the shot share tracking started in 2007, this Avalanche team is by far the most dominant team that the NHL has ever seen. Since 2007, from an analytics perspective. And that's a big reason why the statistical models, which pull from those things, look at the Avs and say they're a juggernaut. They're a juggernaut to the likes of which we have not seen. They invested heavily in analytics, and then they built their roster with guys who enhanced that and played to that, and they put all the pieces together. And this is probably a top 3 Avalanche team of all time. And the other 2 won Stanley Cups. So,
and this franchise's history.
Look
at the names up on that rafter and realize what AJ's saying.
The point that I'm trying to make here is that it's really not that much to do with the Blues, and way more to do with the season that the Avs put together. If there was no COVID pause, we could have been looking at a 10-loss season.
Right. I mean, it's really true.
They could have put up a 90-point season if they'd had a backup goaltender, if they hadn't had to play 4 AHL, 3 AHL players on their defense for 25 games.
I mean, you forget it.
You forget that Jacob McDonald and Dan Renouf and Kyle Burt, these guys got extensive playing time.
It was barely a hiccup for this team. They're so dominant.
Did not matter. And quality of opponent conversation, Minnesota walked into Denver and got embarrassed twice. And then the very next week, Vegas walked in and lost 5-1. And then the next game, Vegas beat them on a play that should have been called tripping on McKinnon in the neutral zone. And then they scored in overtime on a play where Devon Taves' stick snaps in half in the crease. Vegas caught every break imaginable in that game.
Absolutely.
So I'm not here for. All they did was beat the Little Sisters of the Poor. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. They won every season series. That includes St. Louis. That includes Vegas. That includes Minnesota.
That's crazy.
The reason that the betting is so heavily in favor of the Avs is because the regular season that they had was special.
Yeah, this isn't just your President's Trophy winner.
Yeah,
that's set up for this is. Yeah. This is the great modern hockey experiment, and so far it's been a smashing success.
Yeah, I mean, one President's Trophy in. Who knows how many more years are to go at the window or whatever. But
exactly.
This is tonight. Tonight is the true beginning of expectations.
Starts right here. That's exactly right. And so to close out the Avs talk, we've gotten into the game. Let's get into the series. How long do you see this going? Hanksville in a sweep. Not that means anything.
I picked 5.
Yeah.
I had it go WWL. So a Game 3 loss in St. Louis is what I kind of have on the board.
That's the shortest odds would be a 4-1 Avalanche, which again you can get a plus 300. So that's not terrible. Next shortest would be Avs in 6. Then it's an Avs sweep at plus 450, and Avs in 7 at plus 475.
6 would surprise me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Just because that I don't know, I would be surprised if the Avs went in and took a series in St. Louis. Just given their historical problems there.
Right. You
know, they have 1 win in the last 3 years there. Like they
right,
just,
if you got yourself in trouble and already lost 1,
yeah,
you're not or lost 2, you're not closing it out in game 6
and I would have
right?
more confidence in them in a game 7 back at home than a game 6 in St. Louis.
There you go. So it's 5 sweep or 7.
Yeah, for me.
Don't waste your money on 6. Love that. Of course, all these odds we're breaking down on the Avs series, on the Avs game itself. We can also get, where was it? Total games played here. Under 4.5 plus 400. Under 5.5 games plus 100. That's decent.
Yeah,
that's decent. Anyways, again, all these great odds at DraftKings Sportsbook, the number 1 sportsbook in the land. This week, new users, for one, we're hammering down the under on Dallas taking on the Clippers in the NBA. That's going to be free money for all you users. And if you're a new user, you place any $5+ bet on the NBA money line, and you'll get $200 back in free bets if your team wins. Absolutely absurd deal. And we've been nailing these free bets, so I'll have Ryan on tomorrow with the NBA play-in starting off. You a big play-in guy? You like it?
Love it.
I love it. It's phenomenal.
Just think about if that had been there a couple years ago when the Nuggets lost in game 82 to Minnesota.
Would have been baller.
Yeah.
As the 9th seed, it would have been amazing. I know they would have had all that momentum. That would have been.
It would have been like, oh, that was a great game.
Would it
Do
work?
It again.
Would it work in hockey, or would it be too savage to have a 1-game play-in a sport like that? Right? Like, for one, must-see TV. Like,
yeah,
that play-in game would be like, hide your kids, hide your wives.
I think the Avs. I think the NHL has enough of a postseason formatting problem. them trying to figure out play-in games is, I don't know. It's like
many cons,
like
one great
to do
pro.
Algebra. It's not gonna happen, dude.
Not happening. However, on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, betting on sports as easy as a toddler eating a lollipop, for example, which we're potty training Lucia. She gets a lollipop when she uses the potty. Isn't that fun?
Nice.
Loves blue lollipops. Obsessed with those, which means I have big bags of everything but blue lollipops hanging around my house. I'll have to bring those at the office. Download the top-rated sportsbook app. Now use promo code DNVR when you sign up, and for $5+ you'll get $200 in free bets. They will match you at sign up to $1,000 when you enter code DNVR. It's just outstanding deals left and right. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. All right, AJ. You're not just our Avs guru. You are my NHL Sherpa. I frankly missed getting your advice over the weekend. You know, I'm watching NHL hockey like everyone, but I felt lost at sea without your advice. But you're a busy man. Didn't want to bother you on the weekend. So
our last weekend off until the Avs season is over.
Exactly.
That's it. That was the end.
I told Ryan, go off and play golf so I can bother AJ on the show in a professional setting. So, AJ, you've already given me the upset. You've given your DNVR Avalanche upset, but you're upset in round 1. Of course, upsets are a classic in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Which one?
The Preds?
I have a couple.
Oh, you've got a couple. We've doubled up now.
Yeah, well,
since I last consulted you by text.
Yeah, I believe I told you in my heart of hearts I felt one thing.
Yeah.
But if I was putting money on it, I would feel a different thing. But
explain it all to us.
I'm picking. I've got the Islanders in 7, which feels a lot better after how that game 1 went.
After game
I think,
1,
yeah. You also keep in mind, I believe Pittsburgh has only won one playoff game in the last 3 years. So
Whoa.
It's not gone well for them.
That's crazy.
P.S. That included a sweep by the Islanders. So
It sure did. As a 1-8.
yeah, so I don't remember. I don't
Wasn't
remember.
that was one of the 1-8. No, because Tampa, they must have been a 2-7. I think
Yeah.
Tampa got roasted
Well,
on the
and
1-8 in that one.
They have a. Yeah, I genuinely just don't remember what the seeding was that
you
year.
have so many upsets, we can't even remember the seeding of one of the more monumental upsets.
Well,
of the last couple
the
years.
seeding is just it goes haywire because it's it's like 1-8, 2-7, and then what do you call the other series? You're just like the middle of the division finisher guys, persons.
The meat and cheese match.
Yeah. So I like Islanders in 7. I just think that is a
love that.
even if Varley's not healthy, Sorokin is not your average backup goaltender. He's their starter of the future. Gonna be a real good one.
I was in 7, huh?
And I think that Pittsburgh's goaltending continues to make me nervous. Tristan Jarry was not any good in Game 1. Very leaky.
Yeah.
Very leaky. So I do like the Islanders in that series.
I was in 7 plus 575.
Wow.
It's value, huh? Starting to feel like you're stacking some value on this
you
show.
You guys make that bet and it comes through. You guys get to take me out to dinner.
100%. Yeah. It sounds like I need to start my own AJ fund. And then,
That's right.
Every 10% goes toward trips to CZ. What's your other upset?
So I'm the only person in the hockey world that feels this way.
Best place to be in as a bettor in the world, AJ. That's where you want to be, man.
I'm completely on an island on this one, but
Love it.
I like Nashville over Carolina purely because there's 2 reasons.
Yeah.
One of which is total nonsense. But the first reason,
nonsense
it's
theories
UC Saros. Okay, he was elite this season, starting on like March 1st. He was a top 3 goaltender. He was incredible this year. Is the biggest reason that they are where they are. That combined with
Carolina, on the other hand, bit of a revolving door due to the injuries. And
they have a carousel of 3 guys where
all pretty good.
I'm a guy that I don't like platoons in the postseason. I like platoons in the regular season. You keep guys fresh and healthy and blah 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 blah. In the postseason, you can get really in your head with it. If Nedeljkovic goes out and Game 1 is in that series is coming up pretty soon. But if
5:30 or 6,
if Nedeljkovic goes out and struggles, okay, do you go Mrazek? Do you go Reimer? Do you stay with Nedeljkovic? What kind of leash does that guy get? Right. Do you lose 2 games with the guy that you decided to go with in Game 1? Do you pull him halfway through Game 1 if things are really not going? It's really easy to have a ride or die, like a Philip Grubauer, where you're like, no offense, Jonas Johansson, we're just not bringing you in, guy.
Yeah, no,
it's the playoffs, but we're not bringing you in unless he's hurt.
Yep.
But and on the other side, like UC Saros is like,
that's their strength.
Yeah.
They're so strong in goal, but then once the coaching staff's playing these mind games, once there's no trust in front of the goal because all of a sudden your guy isn't as hot.
If anything goes wrong, those goalies are going to get in their head.
Yeah.
And also every year, every year I pick one like big upset in the first round because somebody gets goalied.
Yeah.
Like somebody gets goalied. It just happens.
Well,
and last year it was Nashville.
Aren't you on an island with this pick because Carolina's kind of the like good vibes, feel good story?
Yeah, everybody loves them, and they're kind of like Eastern Conference Colorado, right? Like they were low key, very, very, very good across the board, offensively, defensively, and goal.
Right. In
they
spite
were
of
very
some
good.
circumstances that weren't great, faced adversity pretty nicely as well.
They were very, very good.
Quick question from Austin here for you. He's wondering about backup for the playoffs. Is it not Dubnik?
Not to start.
Okay.
To be determined when Dubnik will work his way back from COVID. He only just got back on the ice for the first time today. So we expect Johansson will probably be the backup for games 1 and 2. After that, whichever guy they choose to open the door, hopefully won't matter.
Right.
Hopefully. But the Preds, they got goalied last year by Darcy Kemper. I like a little karmic rebalancing here with UC Saros goalieing the Hurricanes.
It is kind of a flip circumstances, like similar matchup to that. Yeah. I love that.
They now have nothing to lose. They've been playing really good hockey over the last couple of weeks. They're in a similar place as the Blues, though. They need truly elite goaltending, and then they need some things. They need a handful of things to really break their way.
Right.
But I like it, man. I have no idea what the odds on it are, but
Plus 196.
I picked the Preds in 7 because UC Saros was just special, and I'm a UC Saros guy.
Love these. There you go. You could do Nashville and Isles in 7. That would be a very nice parlay. Let's go to the dilemma of the day, which is in line with the parlay for the NHL. That's a series ender parlay. Monday night's games, though, we've got Nashville in action, so I assume you have the Nashville money line. You think they win the game 1?
Yeah, I think they have to.
You approve of the Ryan pick, the 60-minute line for the Avs, right?
Yep.
So there's our 2 legs. What are your thoughts on Boston against the Caps? Caps slight dogs at plus 123.
I'm going Boston.
Yeah?
Yeah. I picked Boston in the series. I didn't love Washington's goaltending before Vanecek's injury.
Yeah.
I don't love it with Craig Anderson.
That's the big one.
So I'm good. I'm good with going with a Boston bounce back, especially because the overtime goal is kind of a.
Are they finally short on goalie depth? The day has come, huh?
Yeah, well,
they traded enough to the Avs.
You lose Samsonov to COVID protocol,
yeah,
and then Vanecek to whatever injury he suffered. I didn't follow up on it over the weekend at all, but I don't trust. I'm not trusting 40-year-old Craig Anderson.
Unwise. We all love Craig back in the day, but
yeah.
Plus 558. That little 3-legged parlay from AJ. You've been giving out gems. Value truly is a pleasure, my friend.
It's always fun and without consequence when I get to come on here and be wrong about something.
It's great. I was able to get a cash out on my all division winner parlay you'd given me early enough before Montreal, got out of it, and it worked out. So I made a profit on that.
Nice.
It's always great. People love having you on, and follow AJ, DNVR Avs, all that good stuff. Do we have some questions we should hit up real quick, Kale?
Just like one, pretty much. 2. AJ, before the season, you called the Blues frauds. Do you still believe that?
Yes.
Let's go.
Although it's harder to call them frauds now because of the season that they had, but I don't think they will be competitive in this series.
Is there something glitched in the top goal scorer special?
Oh.
One's at -15 and one's at -134.
I've noticed that too. That's when
Didn't this happen the other day?
You're deep in the matrix when you see. But I'm so glad you asked that because I did want AJ to look over these and tell us who the best odds to be the top goal scorer for the NHL playoffs are. So McKinnon's our shortest odds.
Oh, well, you want a guy you want a team that's going to go deep.
Which is why McDavid's like at just plus 100.
Yeah, well, and McDavid only scored. He was only like what, 3rd or 4th in goal scoring this year.
What a bum.
I know, right?
So yeah, I mean it's McKinnon, Austin Matthews.
They don't have Rantanen on there.
Toffoli has insanely high odds.
They have Ryan O'Reilly on there, but not Mikko Rantanen.
Yeah, there's some glitchy stuff. Oh, did we get an update? No Mikko. No Mikko.
I would have picked Mikko.
You would have picked Mikko. Keep an eye out for those. That's the play. Mikko right there.
From that list.
Honestly, Burrow might be a low-key play.
From that list, I would take Matthews.
Matthews.
Yeah, that guy, they could lose in the second round,
Yeah.
And that guy could still have 15 goals.
Scores a lot of goals.
He's
Made money on it.
He's
He
been
scores
locked
lots of
in
goals.
specifically on the scoring goals the way that McDavid has been just in general.
Yeah.
Both had special years this year.
No, it's true.
So
It's true. Phenomenal American import out to Canada.
he'll be back.
Yeah.
Olympics next year.
That's going to be amazing.
Yeah, where Canada's top line will be Crosby, McKinnon, and McDavid.
Oh, my. You should just camp out here.
Yeah,
We'll just bet on Olympic hockey. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, well, I'm not.
Go Avs, go.
There you go.
One last question. Did they end the profit boost special in May? I don't think so.
It looks like we don't have another Maymaker special, but you have other opt-ins, and I'm sure other offers will come our way. But yeah, I'm not seeing that, Connor. Yeah. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back to normal. AJ, have a blast covering the game. Follow all his stuff.
It'll be fun.
And yeah, thanks for tuning in.